What's up, everybody? This is Showtime from Showtime Shred Fitness over here. Size, growth, get big. All right. So I hope you all had a great Thanksgiving. Mine wasn't too bad. I was sick for a few days, but that was just bad luck, right? Still got to see the family and all that good stuff. Next day, got sick. Off and on for a little bit there, but better now. So we got some little bit of bad news though. Hope you all have a great Christmas as well, of course. Get that extra positive comment in there before I move on to something not so positive. Our buddy from 1992, Tim Valesquez, he passed away, and I've been getting a lot of questions. What happened, right? It's simple and it's sad. It's freaking happened to me. Other than unfortunately, I was all right. The big black eye and everything. Remember, I did a blog on that, right? Somebody saw it, somebody didn't, but. He just fell down. He went outside to take a smoke, right? So he was first of all, a little bit of history on him. Nice kid, real nice kid. Never in trouble. In high school, always just a nice, kid, golden boy, the ones that the moms like and dads like to meet, when the daughter takes to introduce the date of the boyfriend or whatever. This guy's like innocent, right? That's the kind of guy he was, and he started out sophomore year. Him and Jason Gillen started at Body Fitness, same place that Ben Matheson and I started. Steve Cross, Travis, Schnelby, and then there's another Travis, who was pretty big for a teenager. But so those guys were there, right? And Mark Leachfist, who's now, and now I know his son too, Eric, nice kid, right? But anyways, he started training there. Him and Jason Gillen. Sophomore year, these guys growing in front of my eyes, right? I'm 108 pounds at the time, okay? Wrestling, right? I think it was wrestling 115 that year. Big whoop, right? My son, he's 7th grade, right? Freaking, no, 8th now, but he's 160 pounds. That's what I graduated high school at, right? And that was after doing Arnold Schwarzenegger's plan for a full couple of months, okay? From football season to the end there, doing a combination of power bodybuilding, right? Did Arnold's training system for a while, then went to powerlifting to try to pull 500 at 160 pounds and weighed like between 156 and 160, right? Almost got it. I got it over my knees, but couldn't quite lock it out. So I didn't get the record. Eric Edwards got it though. He got 505 shortly after that, like a year or two later. Okay, but anyways, back to I got all the records in quality too, Central Washington University. Hans Gym and The Gym, but they're all pulled now. They're not up there anymore. Hans Gym shut down, The Gym switched owners and everything else. They took my fucking records down, and I just got to take the board home too. But they just thrown it away like a couple days before I got there. This is just bad luck, man, because this is like the year 2000 and something, right? I graduated in 2002. Got the record in the 90s. Okay, was up there since like 96 when I first started. Okay, and it's gone now. Okay, it's fucking gone. That thing, they threw the board out. And I'm not talking about like 2001, 2002. I'm talking like 2015 or 2017, some crazy shit like that. Took the family to show them my records, and it wasn't fucking there. And it just like a week before that, had thrown it in the garbage out in the alley. I was like, motherfucker, let's go see if it's still there. It wasn't. So it is what it is, right? No record exists of that. I was MVP for Pasco High School. No record of that either. It changed its name from the Michael Jackson Award to the Ann Hayden Award, which is fine. They should have the Michael Jackson Award with it. Should have from the 70s to the present day, right? No, it's not there. There's no proof that I'm on that fucking trophy. I was going to go show my family at the reunion. I have no proof. They're laughing. Ha, Dad, you're not there. Yeah, I see that, right? Same thing with the Inspirational Athlete of the Year Award. I'm not on that either. They changed the name. God damn, I changed the name, but put the old one too, right? So that we can see the history of it. No, they don't do that. So I got a bone to pick for that school. I just keep forgetting, right? It's been something I've been wanting to bring up since 2002. I keep getting busy, keep forgetting about it. But I'd like for my family to see it, right? So go in the trophy case, I show you the usual old man, right? He's got some records. It's already embarrassing enough. Dad, how many touchdowns you scored? He scored 20 this one season. He scored 20, right? I was like, well, I didn't score. He was playing defense, right? I wasn't the same athlete as Clef, right? So anyways, back to I got off course, right? So Jason Gillen and Tim Vasquez rolling in front of my eyes, right? It inspired me. Him and Benny Clark, same thing. He was from our high school. These guys all do a contest, right? And Rick Bolton Jr. looked phenomenal, right? So right out of high school, man, 1992. Boom, I hit that gym, right? And I'd already been hitting, and put on 17 pounds in 3 months, went from 160 to 177 and a half. Okay, chopped down 7 pounds because I quit putting sugar on my cereal. I didn't know what the fuck I was doing back then with the dieting. I was brain dead with it, right? But that inspired me because in first place, Rick Bolton Jr., second place, Benny Clark, and third place in that Mr. Tri-States competition was Tim Valesquez. Looked phenomenal. I ran into a few years later, right? Still a good-looking kid and everything, right? He's in his early 20s, but he wasn't as jacked, right? I'm like, he's still kind of doing maintenance stuff. He kind of giving it up. He kind of doing things here and there, taking a break. He's like, yeah, I just kind of lost the fire and the passion. I've been so busy with work and this and that, and I probably think he had a kid time and stuff. And so, shit happens. If it's not your passion anymore, it's not your passion. But when it was his passion, he was something else, and you could see that fire in his eyes, right? He was happy about life. He was fired up. So how did he pass away? That's the question I keep getting. So I keep dodging the bullet here, right? It was a fluke. Okay, he went outside. He's my age now, right? So he's going outside taking a smoke, right? And as he's smoking, before he trips on something, or it gives way or something like that. Stairs are old or something. I don't know. Something that the landlord didn't fix, right? There's been some complaints by the residents. There's been complaints about his buddy, Jason Gillen, was just over there a day or two before this happened, and putting in a complaint to the owner saying, hey, you need to fix this because it's a safety hazard. So what happens, he goes out to smoke, trips on it, gets his head, bleeds out before he get help, and unfortunately passes away. It was a fluke. It's fucking bullshit, and it shouldn't happen, but it did. I guess God was calling him home early. Sometimes that happens to the good guys out there, right? And so, yeah, better be a good guy to go to heaven than a bad guy to go to hell, right? Even though I guess heaven's the size of Australia, so I'm a little bit I'm not holding my breath on that one, right? I'd like to go there, but yeah, odds are billions of people in the world. How you gonna share Australia with several billion people, right? So I don't know. I'm not worried about it right now. If God wants me there, it'll happen. If not, then as long as He doesn't send me the fire of hell, I'm all right. Put me in purgatory, put me in the ground, whatever. But yeah. Just don't torture me, all right? It's not my call, right? I'm not the one that, I can't judge myself, unfortunately. I don't say, God, I'm here, I'm coming to heaven, right? It's not my call, right? I'm not the judge of that. And I don't deserve it anyway, so I just put it in His hands, right? And anyways, back to this thing, it can happen to anybody because that when I was sick that day after Thanksgiving, I called into work, thank God, because I lost my balance in the bathroom. I freaking fell in the shower room, and I hit my head on the freaking bathtub. Couldn't get back up. I fell like 3 or 4 different times before I really whacked it, and then I couldn't get back up. It was crazy, right? Shit happens with black eye and everything. I was bleeding a little bit, but not much. It's like actually it was just like the black eye was all black and blue like this, but then there's like one little. I had to put a little stitch in there, but it really wasn't bleeding very much. It was just like a trickle, right? It wasn't a big deal, but I was weak, couldn't do nothing. But that's life, right? Things go out and nothing bad happened, right? Went to all the testing and everything. I was fine. Same thing with Tim. He should have been fine. He wasn't. It was a fluke. Shouldn't have happened. It did. My buddy Matt Porter, same thing. It was a fluke. It shouldn't happen. It did. So you got to live your life to the fullest. Don't worry about, you got to worry about this, got to worry about that. You can't worry too much. Take preventative measures, and do the best you can to try to live as long as you can. But don't be so redonk about it that you can't even enjoy life. Does that make sense? Because you're going to die anyways. Nobody ever gets out of this life alive. That's what the famous Jimmy Morrison said, right? So, doctors told me all the time, in long and short, right? It's you can't train heavy. Yeah, all right, doc. I train heavy. Are you kidding me? I'm a superhero. I can't fucking, go in the gym. And I've been off 2 weeks, and went in and did the whole stack with a plate and did 180 one-arm pulley rows. But because my, the heart expands like this, boop, and the aneurysm does it. It goes boop, and then it doesn't go back in. So each time it goes boop, and then boop, and then boop, and boop, and then one of these days it's going to go boom, right? Boom, shakalaka. It's going to blow up, right? Go big or go home. That's all right with me. Okay, I'm not trying to live to be 100 years old. If it happens, it happens. If I'm gone tomorrow, I'm gone tomorrow, right? I lived a great life. I did my time. I put in all kinds of time. Served my whole life sentence from age 20 to to freaking now, right? About 20 years I put in with the warden, right? I've done my time with marriage. I've served my time. If it's done tomorrow, it's done tomorrow, right? If it's done in a week, it's done in a week. Sometimes it's a blessing, right? Sometimes it's a blessing to go home early, so I ain't tripping. I've been in the military, right? I've been to college, been to boot camp, right? I've trained for bodybuilding competitions, wrestling, football, track, competitive sports, right? Gone 2 days without water. I've gone several days without carbs. You take all that, you combine it all together, as hard as that is, right? And you compare it to marriage, that other stuff is a cakewalk, you know. The marriage is way harder, right? Depends on your spouse, I'm sure, but yeah, it's hard in boot camp. I can't say it's hard in special forces. I haven't been a special forces guy, right? Because I wanted to play football and do bodybuilding and stuff like that. So I didn't want to be trapped into a 6-year hitch with the SEALs. So I just did the normal shit, right? Just grunt work shit, right? Sierra Fireman, right? That program, and then Master at Arms and the reserves. Okay, it is what it is. There's been Showtime with Showtime Shred Fitness over here. Size, growth, present, arms. All right. Take care and God bless.